Okay, so now let's go and add another dimension to our data model. This time we're gonna go and pick the store. So dimension store. All right, it is very cute, very small data model. Let's go and load it. All right, so we got it over here. Let's go and grab it near to the fact and bring the customers above. Something like this. First of all, we have something good. So the relationship between the store and the fact is one to many, and the filter is pointing to the right direction. So if I go over here, I'm gonna say, okay, it is using the store ID as well in the dimension, so everything looks nice. But now we have this weird thing. We have like a relationship between the dimension store and the dimension customer, and it is using this dotted relationship. It's not the straight line that we used to see between the fact and the dimension. So what is going on here? Let's go and open it. Aha, Power BI is able to build a relationship between the store and the customers using the city. Well, this is a very usual thing that you have the same information in multiple dimensions, and Power BI thought, yeah, why not to go and connect them using the city? This looks nice, but it is not a normal relationship, right? It was dotted, and you can see over here it says make this relationship active, and it is deactivated. That means we have in Power BI two types of relationships: active relationship and inactive relationship. So here it is inactive. Let's go and activate it and see what can happen. Say no. There are ambiguous paths between fact sales, dimension store, fact sales, dimension customers, dimension store, and fact sales dimension store. I know a lot of things here, but simply Power BI is just whining about saying we have a loop relationship. So the path is like cycling between the tables, and I cannot go and activate it, otherwise it's gonna be for me unclear how I'm gonna answer your questions. And you can see it over here, the loop, the cycle. So customers and fact, then we have fact and dimension store, and then pack. So we have a relationship between the customers and the fact, another one between the store and the fact, and a third one which is closing the cycle between the store and the customer. And this is exactly the cycle. Now, of course, the big question is why Power BI doesn't allow that? So what is the big issue? All right, let's have this very simple example. We have exactly the same setup here. We have the customers, the stores, and they are both connected to the sales, but at the same time they are connected to each other using the city. Now let's say that I would like to see the total sales for one of our customers. So if I go and filter, for example, Maria, I expect that the filter gonna go to the fact sales like this, and the total of sales gonna be 1500. So this is our expectations, but the thing is Power BI has another path to the sales, so it can go to the store, and then from the store it can go to the sales. Now because of this path, Power BI gonna filter the sales differently and get 2K for this customer. Now of course this is gonna be a big issue for Power BI because it has two different results for the same action, and Power BI cannot decide for us which one is the correct one. And this is exactly what we mean with ambiguous. Power BI don't know the correct path between two tables. That's why it prevents us from having this scenario, and Power BI force us to decide only on one direction, one path between two tables. Now of course we have the same scenario if you look to the stores. If you say, you know what, let's go and filter by the downtown, it's gonna go to the sales over here and get 2K, but as well it has another path through the customers, so it can go to the customers and from customers go to the sales. Same scenario, same issue. So this is ambiguous and Power BI will not allow that. Instead, Power BI says, okay, I'm gonna leave for you the relationship between those two tables, but it is inactive. I will not go and use it. I'm gonna go and use only the active relationships. So if you go, for example, and filter Maria, Power BI has one clear active path between those two tables, and it's gonna get only one result. Same thing if I go to the downtown over here, it has as well one clear path. This is the loop and why Power BI was not allowing us to have ambiguous path, different options for the same action. Okay, so with this, now we have understand why Power BI did make this inactive between the customers and store. And now let's say that, okay, you decided that this is the correct path between those two tables and you want to activate it. Now what you can do, you can go, for example, yeah, it's wrong, but you can go between the customers and sales, open the relationship and make it inactive. So now it is dotted, and then go back to the link between customers and stores and make it active which is, of course, again, not correct. But this is the way on how to switch between active and inactive relationships. Now, of course, I'm gonna get it back because this is not correct. So now what we're gonna do with this inactive relationship, you have here, my friend, two options. Either you're gonna say, you know what, I would never use this relationship between those two tables. It is totally wrong. So that means you go and just delete this relationship. But the other option is that we still actually, my friends, could use this relationship inside our reports. Now, the big question is how are you gonna use the inactive and at the same time active relationship in your project? Now, the thing is, the active relationship gonna be always used automatically from Power BI. So if you are using any calculations and filtering in the charts, Power BI always gonna use the active relationship. But if you have special cases where you say, you know what, I need this inactive relationship, you can go and use DAX. There is a DAX function called use relationship. It's gonna turn on an inactive relationship specifically for one calculation, so that the measure the calculation gonna go through an inactive relationship instead of the active one. So that means in one report you can let Power BI use all time the active relationship, but for specific cases you're gonna create an extra calculation, an extra measure that use the inactive relationship. So that's why, my friends, if you have an inactive relationship between two tables, either drop it or you're gonna use DAX in order to use this path for specific calculations. So those are our two options, but now I'm gonna say for this scenario I don't need it, so I'm gonna go and delete it. So yes, now again everything looks nice. All the dimensions are pointing toward the facts. The cardinalities around the fact are the many, the star, and the cardinality on the dimensions are 1. So far everything is healthy like planned.